A little boy stumbled out of the woods onto a dark highway, crying and barefoot. He ran straight to 8 bikers and grabbed their jackets. "Please follow me home," he begged, voice shaking. The bikers looked at each other, then followed him down a dirt road into darkness. They had no idea their lives were about to change forever. Cole Ironside Mitchell saw the boy first. At first he thought it was a deer, something small darting between pine trees lining Route 47. But deer don't scream. "Brake!" Cole's voice cut through 8 roaring Harley engines. The Iron Riders skidded to a halt, gravel dust swirling like smoke. Cole pulled off his helmet, gray beard catching the last light. Behind him, 7 more bikers did the same, faces confused, annoyed. "What the hell, Cole?" Nathan called out. Cole was already off his bike. The boy stumbled from the trees. Couldn't have been more than 9. Face streaked with tears and dirt, clothes torn at the knees, barefoot, feet bleeding. "Please," the boy's voice cracked. "Please, you have to help. My mom, she won't wake up." He grabbed Cole's vest with shaking fingers. "Please, follow me home. I don't know what to do." The other bikers exchanged glances. They'd just finished a 12-hour charity ride for veterans. Everyone was tired, hungry, ready for the bar. This wasn't the plan. But something in the boy's eyes stopped them cold. "Where's home, son?" Cole asked gently. The boy pointed down a dirt path disappearing into thick woods. "How far?" 10 minutes, maybe less if we run." His voice rose desperately. "But I can't carry her. I tried. She's too heavy. And Mia's too scared to come out." "Okay, we'll follow you. But you're riding with me. Those feet aren't taking you anywhere." The boy nodded frantically. Cole looked back at his crew. Nathan, his second, was already nodding. Tank, the giant with scarred face, cracked his knuckles. The others waited for Cole's call. "We follow the kid," Cole said simply. "Something's wrong." "Could be a setup," Sully muttered. He was the paranoid one. "Look at him," Tank growled. "Kid's barefoot and bleeding." "We follow," Cole repeated, voice harder. "Anyone got a problem? Turn around." Nobody moved. Cole lifted the boy onto his bike. "What's your name?" "Lucas." "All right, Lucas, hold on tight." The bikes roared to life. Lucas pointed, and they turned down the dirt path. The path was rougher than it looked. Tree roots buckled the ground. After 5 minutes, Nathan pulled beside Cole. "This doesn't feel right." Cole knew what he meant. The deeper they went, the more isolated it became. No streetlights, no houses, just darkness pressing in. Lucas suddenly pointed. "There, that's it." Barely visible through trees was a farmhouse. Might have been white once, but now paint peeled like dead skin. Porch sagged in the middle. One window covered with cardboard. Yard overgrown with weeds. The bikers killed their engines. Silence hit like a weight. Lucas jumped down, running toward the house, then stopped, turning back with panic. "Hurry, please!" The Iron Riders followed him up broken porch steps. The front door hung crooked, not locked, not even fully closed. Inside, the smell hit them first. Stale air, unwashed clothes, something sour. The living room was a disaster. Dirty dishes everywhere, clothes scattered. And on a sagging couch, slumped against the armrest, a woman. Thin, too thin. Skin pale gray, hair greasy. Her chest rose and fell, barely. "Mom!" Lucas ran to her, shaking her shoulder. "Wake up! I brought help!" She didn't respond. Nathan was already kneeling, fingers on her neck, checking pulse. He'd been a medic in Afghanistan. "She's alive," Nathan said. "But pulse is weak. Really weak." "What happened?" Cole asked. "I don't know." Tears streamed down Lucas's face. "She was fine this morning. Then she got really tired. She said she'd just rest. But then she wouldn't wake up." Tank moved through the house, boots thudding. He disappeared down a hallway. Cole. Tommy's voice was quiet from the kitchen doorway. You need to see this. Cole walked over. The sink was full of moldy dishes. Trash overflowed. But that wasn't it. All the cupboards were open. All of them empty. Not a single can of food. Not a box of cereal. Nothing. They've got no food, Tommy whispered. Nothing. A crash came from the back. Everyone spun. It's okay, Tank called out. Just found the sister. He emerged carrying a little girl. Couldn't have been older than 6, wrapped in a dirty blanket, eyes wide with terror, shaking. She was hiding under the bed, Tank said softly, his massive arms cradling her like she weighed nothing. Won't talk, just stares. Cole's jaw tightened. Where's your dad, Lucas? Lucas's face crumpled. He left 4 days ago. Said he was going to buy cigarettes. He didn't come back. 4 days? Nathan looked up from the mother. You've been alone 4 days? Lucas nodded. Mom kept saying he'd be back. But then she ran out of medicine and got sick, and... His voice broke. I didn't know what to do. Mia was so hungry. I gave her the last can of soup yesterday. Then there was nothing. The bikers stood frozen. 8 hardened men suddenly faced with something none were prepared for. Cole looked at the unconscious mother, at the terrified girl in Tank's arms, at Lucas, who'd run into a road and flagged down strangers because he had no one else. Nathan, Cole said quietly, can you help her? Nathan was reaching for his phone. Stopped. No signal. Of course there isn't. Cole made a decision. Nathan, you stay with the mother. Keep her stable. Tank and Tommy, take my bike. Get back to town. Find a doctor who'll come out here. Don't take no for an answer. And the rest of us? Red asked. Cole looked at Lucas and Mia. 2 kids abandoned, forgotten, left to survive alone. We stay, Cole said. We don't leave them alone. Not tonight. Nobody argued. If this story has moved you, and you believe in standing up for those who can't defend themselves, hit that like button and subscribe to Iron Brotherhood Stories. Because what happens next will restore your faith that good people still exist. Let's see how this unfolds. The first hour crawled. While Nathan worked on the mother, others searched the house. In the bathroom, Crow found pill bottles scattered across the counter. He brought them to Nathan, who read labels with growing concern. Antidepressants, anxiety medication, pain pills. Nathan shook his head. Some are months old. She hasn't been refilling them. Why not? Nathan held up a bottle, showing the price sticker. $60 without insurance. He gestured at others. She's been choosing between medicine and food. In the bedroom, Red found past due notices under the bed. Electric bill 3 months overdue. Water bill 2 months. Property tax notice stamped final warning. There was a photo, too. A family picture from maybe 2 years ago. The mother looked healthy, smiling. The father stood beside her. Tall, cold eyes, even in a happy photo. Lucas and Mia tiny, grinning. On the back, shaky handwriting. Before everything fell apart. Cole returned to the living room. Lucas sat beside his mother, holding her hand. Mia had finally allowed herself to be set down, but stayed pressed against Tank's leg, clutching his jeans. Lucas, Cole said gently, sitting across from him. I need you to tell me what happened. All of it. The boy's lip trembled. Dad lost his job last year. Started drinking more. Him and Mom fought all the time. His voice dropped. He'd hit her sometimes when he was real mad. Cole's hands clenched. Sully's jaw tightened. Mom got sad after that, Lucas continued. Real sad. She stopped going places, stopped cooking. Dad said she was weak. Then 4 days ago they had the biggest fight ever. He said he was done with us dragging him down. He took his truck and left. Did he take anything? Lucas nodded. The money jar had like $300. Mom was saving it for Mia's medicine. She gets sick a lot. As if on cue, Mia coughed, a wet, rattling sound. How long has she been coughing like that? 2 weeks, maybe. Mom said we'd take her to the doctor when Dad came back with money. Cole stood, walked to the porch, needing air. Crow followed. They stood in silence, watching darkness beyond the porch light. Before Cole could respond, Red stuck his head out. Tank and Tommy are back with the doctor. Dr. Chen examined the mother in silence, checking vitals, then turned to Nathan. You stabilized her? Yes, ma'am. Good work. She's malnourished, dehydrated, missed medications. I can stabilize her, but she needs a hospital. Will she be okay? Lucas asked. If we get her help, yes. But son, where are your relatives? Lucas shook his head. Mom's parents died. Dad's family doesn't talk to us. Dr. Chen and Cole exchanged a look. I have to report this. Child services will be involved. No, Lucas jumped up. They'll take us away. Split us up. He grabbed Cole's vest. Please don't let them take Mia. Mia began to cry, quiet, hopeless. Cole looked at his crew. Outlaws, ex-cons, not the kind the system trusted. But right now, they were all these kids had. Doc, Cole said, what if they weren't alone? What if we stayed until the mother recovered? Long silence. Then Tank spoke. I'm in. One by one, the others nodded. Dr. Chen studied them. I'll give you tonight. Tomorrow, we figure out a real solution. The mother, her name was Rachel, woke at 3 a.m. Cole was dozing when he heard her gasp. Nathan was at her side instantly. Easy. You're okay. Just breathe. Her eyes darted around, wild with confusion. Then she saw Lucas asleep on the floor, wrapped in someone's leather jacket. Lucas, she whispered, reaching with a shaking hand. He's fine, Cole said, moving closer. Your boy saved your life. He flagged us down on the highway. She looked at Cole, really looked, taking in the tattoos, the beard, the patch on his vest. Fear flickered. Who are you? Just some guys passing through. Your son needed help. We helped. Where's... She stopped, voice catching. Where's my husband? He's not here, Nathan said carefully. Lucas said he left 4 days ago. Something broke in her expression. Not surprise, just deep, bone-tired acceptance. He's not coming back, is he? Nobody answered. She closed her eyes, tears slipping down hollow cheeks. I knew. I think I always knew. By dawn, the house was different. Crow had returned with groceries. Red checked the perimeter. Sully got the well pump working. Bear and Tommy fixed the porch steps. Rachel watched strangers stock her empty cupboards, her lips trembling. I can't pay you back. Didn't ask you to, Crow said gruffly. Lucas stirred, saw his mother awake, scrambled to her. Mom, you're okay. Oh, baby. Rachel pulled him close. I'm so sorry. It's okay. You're awake now. Everything's going to be okay. Outside, Cole and Nathan stood watching sunrise. We've got a problem, Nathan said quietly. Dr. Chen's going to report this. And when child services shows up, we're bikers, Cole. Ex-cons. They're not going to let us near these kids. I know. They'll separate them. Different foster homes. I know, Cole repeated. So what do? We make them a promise, Cole said, and we keep it. The social worker, Patricia Morrison, arrived at 9 a.m. She stopped short seeing 8 motorcycles. Cole met her. Miss Morrison, I'm Cole Mitchell. I was told 1 biker, not 8. Plans changed. The interview was brutal. Patricia asked about Vincent's abandonment, Rachel's medical history, medications, employment. Rachel answered truthfully, tears streaming. Patricia interviewed each biker, inspected the house. Finally, she sat with Rachel again. Mrs. Turner, your children were living in neglect. You have untreated issues, no income, Under normal circumstances, I'd recommend removal. Rachel's face crumbled. However, the house is now habitable. Children are fed. You have a support system. Does that mean I'm not removing them today? But I'll be visiting weekly. House must stay clean. Children need consistent care. You must restart treatment. And these men need to prove they're serious. How? Cole asked. By still being here 6 months from now. Because if you fail, those children will be placed in foster care, possibly separated. We understand. Patricia left. Mia walked to Tank, raised her arms. He picked her up. You stay, she whispered. Her first words. Tank's face softened. Yeah, little bit. We stay. 3 days later, Vincent Turner walked into Bernie's bar. By the time Cole's phone rang, the crew knew. It's him, Red said. Beat-up Ford, bragging about poker in Nevada. Cole looked at the farmhouse, Rachel helping Lucas, Mia coloring, Tank watching over her. Where is he? Bernie's. Getting drunk. Get the others. We just talk. Bernie's bar was dark. Vincent sat laughing, arm around a woman who wasn't his wife. Cole sat beside him. Vincent Turner. Vincent turned, eyes bleary. Who's asking? Someone taking care of your family. Found them 4 days after you abandoned them. Vincent's face flushed. That's none of your business. You made it our business, Tank growled. The bar went quiet. Vincent stood, swaying. I don't know who. Sit down, Cole said quietly. Your son is 9. He found his mother unconscious. No food. He didn't know if she was dying. So he ran into a highway and begged strangers. Vincent's face paled. You're not coming back to that house, Cole said. They're my kids. Actually, Sheriff Cole said from the doorway. There's an active investigation. Child abandonment. The sheriff pulled out a paper. Restraining order. 500 feet from that farmhouse. Sign it or get arrested. Vincent's hand shook as he signed. Now get out of my town, the sheriff said. Vincent grabbed his jacket and left, tail lights disappearing into darkness. 6 months passed. The farmhouse transformed. Rachel got a library job, gained healthy weight. Eyes had light again. Therapy every Wednesday. Mia started kindergarten. Tank walked her to class. This is my Uncle Tank, she announced proudly. He's the best. Lucas joined bike club. Cole taught him to ride. The day Lucas rode a full mile, the crew cheered like he'd won a championship. Patricia's visits became routine. On her final visit, I'm recommending case closure. You don't need supervision anymore. Rachel's hand flew to her mouth. Really? You did the work. You and your support system. Patricia looked outside where Tank was teaching Mia to throw a football. I've been doing this 23 years. First time a motorcycle club saved a family. They're good for you. That night, Cole called a meeting. Patricia closed the case, but I've been thinking. We found 1 kid on 1 road. How many others are out there? You're talking about making this official, Crow said. A real mission, Cole confirmed. We've got resources, skills, a network. Nathan nodded. Organizations connect volunteers with at-risk families. We need nonprofit status, Red added. I know a lawyer, Sully said. Tommy pulled out his phone. Already designing a logo. Iron Riders, riding for forgotten kids. Rachel smiled through tears. You're going to change a lot of lives. 3 months later, over 200 motorcycles gathered for the largest charity ride yet. At the front, Cole sat with Lucas in front of him, wearing a custom helmet. You ready, kid? Ready, Lucas shouted. A banner stretched across. Iron Riders, riding for forgotten kids. Rachel stood with Mia, who wore a tiny vest. Mia Turner, honorary Iron Rider. Patricia stood nearby, nodding respect. Sheriff Cole directed traffic, smiling. Cole revved his engine. He thought about that day 6 months ago. A crying boy, a desperate plea, a choice to follow. That choice changed everything. "Hold on tight, Lucas. We've got a mission." The convoy rolled forward. 200 motorcycles. A brotherhood that found its purpose. They weren't perfect, but they showed up, kept promises, did the work. Because one boy had run from the trees crying, "Please follow me home." And they'd followed him into redemption, into family, into a mission that would echo through countless lives. If this story reminded you that heroes don't always look the way you expect, and that loyalty and courage can change everything, hit that like button and subscribe to Iron Brotherhood Stories for more true tales of people who show up when it matters most. Tell us in the comments, have you ever been helped by someone unexpected? Have you witnessed broken people becoming heroes? Your story might inspire someone else to be brave. Sometimes the people who save you aren't the ones you expect. Sometimes they're the ones everyone else gave up on. Sometimes they're outlaws on motorcycles who hear a child crying and decide that this time they're not going to ride away. This time they're going to stay. And that makes all the difference.